Good afternoon, traders. It is Thursday, May 19th, 2016, and the U.S. stock market is closed. Before I get going on what happened today, I just want to correct something from yesterday. I was pretty upset yesterday, and I, of course, was getting very paranoid about market manipulation and everything else, and I offered some pretty stupid reasons for that trade in JDST. I discovered immediately after I made the video that that was a result of a 10 to 1 reverse split. Now I got inundated with email after I discovered that, and I admit I felt kind of stupid about it, but I've never encountered a 10 to 1 reverse split before in all of my trading, and it just didn't seem very real to me. I just never saw anything like that before, and they certainly had never done that before with JDST, and I gotta kind of have to wonder, they must really anticipate that JDST is going to fall considerably lower, and gold is going to go a whole lot higher. Almost, I mean, it sounds that they're anticipating inflationary trend, but we'll see. Anyway, that's what happened. 10 to 1 split. No market manipulation by the exchanges or anything else. Hey, we had a totally crappy day today. I kind of felt it was coming yesterday. I think we had like negative pretty close to $12,000 in open trade on those terrible positions we got into yesterday. It was weird this morning because about 15 minutes after the open, that negative $12,000 was almost back to break even, and then it just totally fell apart. And by the time we got out of those positions, we closed out almost negative $17,000. Just awful, just absolutely awful. The stocks were falling pretty hard today, and as a result, we only got into one thing. That was TVIX. That's the fear index. That goes up when the stock market goes down. At least that's the theory. And get this, we're negative almost $5,000 in TVIX. As I told you yesterday, you just can't short this market. It doesn't make any difference. It's almost impossible to trade, but shorting is not the answer. The Dow today, I don't think I called it yesterday. I was just ranting and raving. But it fell really dramatically at the beginning of the day. It got down about 190, I think, down here on the low, and then it rallied almost 100 points, and ended up closing officially down 91. But this is a weak market right now. I mean, no question about it. But it's a weak market that is taking its time about selling off. I am calling it down tomorrow. I really want to see this thing fall apart. I would like to see it down around 17,000. I don't know if I'm going to get that, but if it gets down around 17,000, I'm going to start having a lot more confidence about buying these stocks. But boy, it's just murder. Nothing's working out right now, and we are just having horrible trading days. one right after another. And today was certainly no exception. Let me show you some of the stuff that happened today. I'll show you the worst trade we have. I mean, this is just horrible. This is EYES, EYES, Second Sight Medical Products. And we had bought this thing on this spike. It almost looks like they're running our buy stops. And we get in and immediately fails against us all day long. This morning the thing gaps down. I mean, it's looking horrible right on the open, but then it pops up. You know, as when EYES was right about up here, that our total open trade equity went almost to break even. And then, of course, it failed and slammed us on a stop out here, and we ended up closing out just over $6,000 negative in Second Sight Medical Products. Absolutely horrible trade. I will show you, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I'm really despising this stock. This, of course, is TVIX, the fear index. And, you know, 2 days ago we got into this thing. We got stopped out yesterday. I forget how about, if that was like $3,000 or something like that. Then today, again it goes up because the Dow's falling. We get into this. We're barely profitable. But by the way, the Dow is about negative 180 right up there. You know, so, and we have a tiny profit in it up there. So I'm just looking at this thing and sweating bullets because, you know, how much farther is the Dow going to go when it's down 180? Well, it didn't go down. It started to rally. It rallied about 100 points when TVIX is coming down. And on the close here, as I say, we're down almost $5,000 in TVIX. Just horrible. Impossible to short this market. Finally, I gotta show you this because I gotta laugh at it. You gotta understand this JDST trade was a mistake. It was because they did a 10-to-1 reverse split, and I didn't get with the program till it was too late. But I had this thing in on full automation, and TradeStation Securities and my system, my algorithm is calculating the number of shares to buy based on this price the day before yesterday. And it was trading, I think, $1.85 or something like that. So calculating number of shares of that, it says buy 30,000 shares. 30,000 shares, but on the open yesterday, I'm buying 30,000 shares at around, I think, 15.5 or something pretty close to that. Anyway, $500,000 of stocks. Normally I buy $50,000 worth of stock per position, but because of this 10-to-1 reverse split, I'm buying $500,000. But and I caught it within 2 minutes. Immediately I got out. I knew this was a mistake. I dreamed though that somehow I just walked away from my computer and let the darn program trade. Because had I done that, I would have been carrying a $500,000 stock here to the close yesterday, which put me up, $97,000 or something like that. When I get out here on the open, this trade would have netted me $139,000, if you can believe that. Now I want to emphasize I did not make a mistake. This wasn't a real trade based on real data. But I can't help but look at that figure 139,000 and think, boy, I need that right now. I wouldn't be moaning and groaning.